Hi, Scorpio. It's Meg with Padmes, and I'm doing your Tarotscope and your energy check for September. And I wanted to say I'm sorry that I haven't been around for some time. There were cell towers installed on the top of my office building, and I had to make a move. So here I am. I'm back. I'm going to be back more frequently. Sorry to have been gone away here, but we are looking at your energy in present time for September. And this is for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Other prominent placements for Scorpio in your chart. And we're calling in our angels and guides of the highest vibrations of love and light. So I don't want to talk to anyone else. This is for Scorpio. We're going to do the old wise tree spread, and we're going to do some clarifying. Look at some energy you don't see coming this month, and then get some advice. Here we go. I'm going to move this a little bit so you can see the table more. And let's take a look at what's going on with you, Scorpio. All right. Scorpio, the heart of the situation is talking about Queen of Cups and Page of Pentacles. Queen of Cups is the in-love queen, intuitive, really connected into her higher self and her feelings and her empathy. And this is some kind of bridge. It's a bridge of communication. It's some kind of offering being given. So it looks like there's some kind of offering being given to you, or you are taking some kind of offer. So let's take a look at what else is going on. You know, happening now and into the near future, this is talking about some kind of soulmate connection, past life connection, even childhood connection, and especially with this Page of Pentacles, this could be a reconnection to someone from your past, from your childhood. The big picture is talking about the Four of Swords. So there's either been some, lots of time in between, lots of time that has passed since you have talked to this person. This is about being in meditation, being in stillness, being kind of on hold and in your own, I even want to say in your own garden or on your own path. Being in incubation, taking your time of respite of some kind, and release the idea that your heart is completely open, or perhaps their heart is completely open. I feel like it's your heart though, Scorpio, but this is in the position of releasing, and we do have 2 4s. So we've got a 4 here and a 4 here, and this is all about stability. So it almost seems like there's a heart that is closed, or a space that was once opened that was closed, and it does look like it's because there's some kind of respite needed or some kind of protection needed. Heart, like feelings being protected. Your higher self is talking about the High Priestess. Your higher self is talking about very possibly keeping secrets, but also being quiet during this time. So there's not a lot of communication that's been going on here around this soulmate, past life, maybe childhood reconnection. And your angels and guides are talking about manifesting this opportunity. Somebody's been manifesting this connection. It almost seems like there's this this has been, it was let go in the past, and there's some kind of offer being given forward into the future. Somebody's reaching out. Let me look at this a little bit more. And yeah, it's like there's been some time where the universe has put you on hold, but that time has passed. So this is no longer having to pause or wait or sacrifice. Okay, Scorpio. This is all coming from the Six of Swords. So this is about moving on, moving through a rite of passage. So this waiting could have been quite a rite of passage, like having to wait through this before you can move forward, whether there was just this protection or space or healing that needed to happen. You're also talking about having resistance to some kind of, I would say, I mean, this is my therapy card a lot of the time, but this could also be some kind of cooperation or working together or a third party situation. It's having resistance to working together or working through this. And you're talking about some kind of ending to a really difficult cycle. An ending to a difficult cycle. I really even feel like this is you saying, I don't want to go through a hard cycle again. Your advice is talking about grief and grieving and disappointment. Tell me more. Yeah, your advice is talking about taking the opportunity to grieve a loss. Let something go. And it's also talking about really understanding and knowing this cycle. It's almost like you already know. You already know what's best for you. Let's look at past, present, future. So in the past, here's the Sagittarius card. This is also about, it's about alchemy, chemistry, alchemy, bringing something together that wouldn't necessarily go together, but making something, alchemizing something so that it flourishes. This is talking about balance being in the past. There's some kind of balance. And then present time, it's talking about this ending of emotional fulfillment, like the truth ended, complete emotional fulfillment. And this trajectory is talking about not having to defend yourself. I'm gonna look at this temperance, this balance. There was some kind of balance, but it had to do with things being on someone's own terms, whether these were your terms or their terms. It's balance having to do with, it was kind of one-sided balance. Someone wanted it a certain way, but it really worked for them more than it worked for everyone else. And the ending of this cycle, because the truth was brought forward. And the truth was that, here's player energy. The truth was that there was player energy involved here. And, you know, I want to say that I'm not seeing like there, I mean, this is the only thing that's really showing me that there could have been a lot of betrayal. It's like a really painful ending, a painful ending to a hard cycle. But this more so is just saying somebody wanted to kind of live a certain way. And it just didn't work for the other person. Right. And so there wasn't this connection. This person wasn't like playing by the rules. And the partnership couldn't stay because it wasn't working under these parameters. So you not having to defend yourself, that is what's going forward in the future. This is also a card for me of things falling into place. And here's the Father of Cups, the King of Cups reversed. So the Queen of Cups is in your heart of the situation. Someone reaching out, somebody having offered a gift, maybe you offered a gift, someone else has offered you a gift, or some kind of building the bridge. And then here is someone in the future. What I really feel like is someone is taking this offer for granted somehow, or someone's not acknowledging this offer. They're not fighting for it or acknowledging it or making action toward this offer. Okay, I want to do a little clarifying here. Let's use these. These are lighting up for you. I want to look at this Four of Swords, this incubation time, especially right next to the Hanged Man, because the Hanged Man is reversed, and it's like there's no longer, this is no longer a waiting period. You can come out of hibernation. And here's the Queen of Pentacles. So this is also talking about it being a safe time to come out of hibernation. So on one hand, it's warm, caring, loving, nurturing, giving. But I also feel like, Scorpio, this is for you, where you can trust yourself. Wow, and here's the Ten of Cups reversed again. You do have understanding and knowledge about what happened here. You understand the truth that came through that ended some kind of fairy tale, some kind of complete emotional fulfillment. So the understanding of that, the illumination of that, you can trust yourself in knowing that that's what happened. Let's take a look at this Queen of Cups and Page of Pentacles here. We've got the Lovers, whoa, and the Two of Cups. So this offer definitely feels like kindred spiritship, even star-crossed type energy, somebody reaching out, somebody offering you this cup or this Two of Cups, but this making some kind of foundation offer, you know, trying to repair a bridge. Let's take a look at this. Here's the Three of Pentacles. So this Three of Pentacles showed up here also. This Three of Pentacles, I am clarifying the High Priestess with that. And this is like, I've been silent, I've been quiet, I've been holding on to things within myself, I've been keeping secrets, I've been observing. And this is working to collaborate somehow. So it does feel like someone is thinking about this. There's resistance to this collaboration at some point, but now this silence, someone's thinking about it, even if there's resistance to it. There's this manifesting that's happening. Let's see. And here's the Page of Cups. Okay, so what's also happening here is someone's reached out and someone's not, kind of like this, someone's not responded, not accepted a cup of love. And the Eight of Wands reversed again. It's like someone's manifesting this, kind of feeling like it's not the right time, but they're manifesting the right time, but there's still no communication happening, or this offer hasn't been accepted. So let's take a look at this Rite of Passage, coming from this place where you've walked through a Rite of Passage, Scorpio. You've left the building, moved on to bigger and better. And here you are coming in as the King of Wands. You're like, I have the power to create. I have the power to magnetize people to me. I do not need to go forward to this person. or this situation. Let's take a look at your advice here. So this is grieving something, taking the opportunity to grieve something in the past. This is something that you understand. And here's the Four of Cups again. There is some kind of delay, or it's like I let this go and then I've come back to it. So it's almost like I've let this go. It's almost like putting somebody in timeout, which is kind of funny to see. And here's the Four of Wands. Wow. So the Four of Wands is like the 1111 card, the marriage card, the celebration card, coming together. And it's like, okay, somebody's been in timeout and maybe they're coming out of timeout. I want to look at this this is releasing the idea that your heart is open. So what's the deal with this? There's a lot of self-protection. And here's the Six of Pentacles reversed. There's a lot of self-protection because there isn't this reciprocity going on, this generosity both ways. One person's giving and one person is not giving. One person is open and one person is not open. Let's take a look at this past, present, future. So somebody's alchemizing, making things work, but only when it's following their rules. And here's the Queen of Swords reversed. Somehow this didn't make sense to somebody. It didn't make sense that it wasn't more even. It was cloudy. It's almost like, why are these rules in place? Why are these rules in place? Right. So this is karmic injustice. These rules were in place because somebody was, this would be earlier, not so much, but these rules were in place and they created some confusion because there was something that was kind of being hidden, the secret things, and things were being omitted. Maybe it just outright changed, but things were being omitted and it wasn't sustainable with these incongruencies happening. Somebody needed to know the truth. And really, what it looks like is someone wasn't committal. They just weren't ready to commit. They didn't want to. That was their truth. They didn't want to commit. They didn't want to be so serious. They also didn't want to start over. They liked how things were. They liked how things were going when the rules were being followed. And so here's this trajectory of somebody kind of being nonchalant about not being action oriented toward this connection. And here's the Seven of Pentacles. This is somebody really kind of just moving forward, tending the garden. You know, it's interesting because it's like, this feels dynamic, but they would rather not have that than change the rules. They just want things to go their way. And if they're not going to go their way, they would rather be, I even want to say, like milquetoast. They would rather have their own rules being followed rather than not being in control. And here's the Five of Pentacles reversed. You know, this person even is reduced by just being in control, having things their own way. This also feels like kind of some mundane things, like this. I wake up, I eat breakfast, I work out. I like, they have like a set of things that they do all the time. They have to, like, a schedule, and they just have to stay on it. And that's actually what fills them up. That's better for them than excitement and change. And it's almost like OCD, maybe some kind of, you know, just needing to have that schedule. And but it's not just a schedule, it's like following their own rules. And when someone comes in and changes the rules, even if it makes sense, like, it doesn't matter, because this person needs things the way they need them, and that's all there is to it. Let's look at this resistance and blocks. I have blocks to basically cooperating, but here's the end of this difficult cycle. Yeah, there's resistance to stress. However, I want to say the end, this even being the end of something, is creating stress for someone. Wow. And that's why this is coming back into play. The stress that has been created by the end is opening a door to this being in timeout. You know, when I say being in timeout, I'm getting this feeling of somebody punishing somebody else by not talking to them. Let's take a look at energy that you don't see coming, Scorpio. Energy that you don't see coming. We have house. And this has to do, interesting, because we have the two fours early on. This has to do with foundation and structure. And it can literally have to do with a house and foundation and structure, but it can also have to do with the bones of a relationship, the foundation of a relationship or a situation. And here's someone really considering the foundation of a structure or a structure of a relationship. Here's a message. So someone coming through with their concerns about this foundation. I feel like they have the best intentions, or they're hoping for the best. They have hopeful feelings about sending this message off and wanting to make something official. It's like an official, it's not necessarily an official letter, but it's like this official, I'm officially contacting you. I'm officially making my needs be known. I'm officially kind of addressing something. Let's take a look at this romance oracle, because this really does feel like past life. It does feel romantic, especially with the Two of Cups and the Lovers. Playfulness. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. So somebody might be coming forward in a playful way, even though this ended and there's punishment involved. It feels really kind of serious, actually. So there's this playfulness that's coming through, which might even seem out of character. Separation, time apart from your partner's on the horizon. It's almost like a playfulness after there's been this serious separation energy, and someone is talking about past passion. You can trust me now. This situation is calling for you to have faith. Somebody's talking about the past and passion and connection and being playful after the separation. Let's take a look at your moonology. Scorpio, what is your advice? And your advice is a new start is coming. And don't let the past hold you back. Look at the bigger picture. All right, that is what I have for you, Scorpio. I will be back soon, sooner than later, with another reading for you, and I will see you then. Bye, Scorpio.